Hey guys, how you doing? Chicken Fried Rice here, and today we are going to be playing some Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty. Now, you might ask, why would we be playing Wings of Liberty? Well, it's pretty straightforward. We're playing Wings of Liberty because, first of all, Heart of Swarm I do not own, and second of all, a lot of the units, or the newer units in Heart of Swarm have yet to gone balance. For example, the mines in Heart of Swarms, or the spider mines, are extremely OP. They can just take out entire armies by themselves. Of course, you need a unit that can scan for them, but those can get easily taken out by the mines. So here you're watching me. I'm just doing some stuff right here. I've got my base set up. I'm going for pylon. Now, I am not the best StarCraft player, guys. Straight up honesty, because I've only been playing this game for 2 weeks. So there's a lot of things I can learn about this, but one thing is I'm not the most horrible StarCraft player out there. You know, I do a pretty decent job this game. So what do we have here is we're going to have Subshade playing as Zerg. We're going to have Zergling playing as Terran, and we're going to have SWT playing as Terran as well. So, I'm going to fast forward a bit because, well, this is not the high-speed stuff. Right now, you have Zergling, which is right now scanning the enemy base, and you have Subshade, who's going to send an Overlord into the enemy base just to see what's happening. Zergling here, he's going to the other base, and he wants to check out what's happening. Obviously, you want to be aware of what your enemies are doing at all times. You got a Protoss guy who's got, well, just a basic Protoss build at this point in the game, and another Protoss guy who's actually doing nothing, literally, except for maybe one pylon. So he's really far behind. Return back to me over here. You're going to see I've got, well, playing a very interesting tactic. I'm not being what I usually do. So I'm going to go and build four warping gates. And then I'm just going to spam out. I'm just going to mass produce stalkers, but this time I went for 3 cannons first, just because it was my job to cover up the gate. You want to make sure that thing is nice and covered first. It's, you know, always practical. Right here you're going to have, well, yeah, actually, Subshade's Overlord is over here, and he's probably going to get his ass kicked. Well, his Overlord's ass is going to get kicked too. They got a little force going. They're going to be like, okay, we can take these guys on. They don't have much, which they don't. We have control of this eye here, I'm pretty sure, which is good. Oh yeah, we do, because of a Zergling from Subshade, you know. Subshade's a very good player. He's already got 2 bases going. He's just like pumping crap out like crazy. Looking at me, I'm getting my 3rd / soon to be 4th building to produce stalkers. I haven't started making them because I haven't made a cybernetic slab. When I think of it, not the best game I've ever played, but I start spawning in some pylons because, well, my population is just not that good. So they went in for an attack. They destroyed the enemy's initial resistance, but they encountered some other problems later on. So now I'm going to go here and I'm going to start setting up my 2nd base. I haven't made any units yet, and I'm already setting up my 2nd base. Now, this is an interesting strategy. Not a lot of people do this. I am doing it for just because I always go for my 2nd base. Now, depending if I'm getting rushed or not, I would build a shit ton of units first. It depends how stuff goes. Now that I got a cybernetic slab going, I also have stalkers that are going to be pumping out like crazy. Stalkers, honestly, are one of my favorite units in StarCraft 2. I love playing Protoss, and stalkers are just my unit of choice every time I play Protoss. Especially for the early game, you get blink on those suckers, and they do some crazy stuff. Right here, Zergling's base was under attack, so he takes off, you know, get out of there. And in the meantime, you're going to have me here. I get a small force of stalkers already going. Now, here's the interesting thing about these stalkers is once you get them going, they come out really, really quickly. So I got like 12 stalkers only, but he's got a lot of scarabs. When I say a lot, I mean a lot, but, you know, that's always cool. Right here, enemy base here that they're going to have fun destroying. In the meantime, I'm supporting this guy. Oh, well, I am supporting that subject. And unfortunately, we weren't all one when we were fighting this fight, so we just got run over right here. They show up after, but at this point, it's just too late. We've suffered a bunch of losses, and they're going to get run over in 10 seconds. So what's happening now is I'm going to have to rebuild and regain the amount of troops I have. And over here I got my second base up and going. I got lots of minerals going, which is good. But usually when I go for stalker build, the one thing I'm always in short supply is Vespine gas. Here you have SWT. He's pretty much depleted his field. He's gonna have to go for a secondary base soon if he wants to. Zergling here already got his third base up and going. He's just pumping money out like nobody's business. Sorry, I meant Subshade. Zergling here's got his second base going. I got my second base for a while. And then you have SWT setting up his second base over there. Now, as you can see, my original middle field is starting to get depleted, so we're going to see how that plays out. In the meantime, you have SWT, who went into the enemy base with a few cloaked banshees. And now he's getting attacked, but those cloaked banshees did a huge job. Basically, he took down all of the enemy's probes and SCVs. This guy sends in 1 void ray and 3 carriers versus that many stalkers. Now, she's not going to stand much of a chance. Yeah, sure, she'll kill a few stalkers, but in this sort of a battle, and then I got the Vikings as backup. I would have just pulled out my carriers immediately. Unfortunately for him, he was too late and much too slow to do so. And you look here, I have researched Blink, so now my units are able to do this teleportation magic stuff, which is amazing. And so we have, Zergling and Subshade have got quite a few troops. You got me here and SWT. So we're both on our own sides, piling up a large force. I got a fair amount of stalkers going, you know, just enough. And Subshade's got a few Vikings and Banshees, mostly Vikings, because it seemed like the enemy Protoss here at the place of going for a straight up build. Not this guy. This guy went straight up all the way stalkers. But this guy here went for a tech build, which is basically while his allies distract us, he just goes and builds carriers and basically all the units that you don't want to be going up against in the later game. And if they get a good amount of that, they could easily stomp us. Luckily for us, that's why me and SW2E went counter. He also got a detector unit, which is great. Build. So yeah, we got all this stuff going for us. Really nice right now. Let's fast forward just a bit. Right here you got Subshade already, 4th base. So this guy's going. Now you notice we are clumping up all together as a big fat blob. And we are going to go and destroy, not just destroy, but do quite a bit of damage to the enemy base. Right here we encounter an initial force of stalkers, and the reason for that is because this guy was expanding right here. So at the place of immediately moving up with everyone, I think one of us is going to stay back and destroy the base, but I don't think we bothered to do it now. So we'll come back and do that later. I'm coming back in here. We're going to destroy this base, and then SWT with his air units provides enough scout for me to warp, well, not warp in, blink into the enemy base. You see he's keeping it lit, so I'm going to blink in half my troops into there. Now the only issue is you want to make sure that you don't let go of the other half of your troops. Right there you see, and then the army of scarabs is coming along. I'm just trying to create mayhem. And once this army of scarab comes along, now it's when you want to be pulling out your troops. So I pull out and I get the hell out of dodge. In the meantime, I already got a bunch more stalkers. Yay for me. I think that's about like 12. Yeah, 12. I think I might be missing a few, but that is a fair amount of stalkers. No doubt about it. So we're still just amassing troops now. You got Subshade here, who might be coming under attack soon, but I doubt it. See, he's got his base here completely unprotected. The enemy could just walk in and attack him. Now, this guy's got a base going. If that would have been me, I would have gotten at least 1 or 2 cannon going, just because they can detect stuff. In the meantime, Subshade got attacked by like one unit, sends all his little drones to do all the work for him, and his drones actually managed to do quite a bit of damage to the enemy. In the meantime, you got Leatherman here, who's got his base in the middle. Who is this guy? He's probably got a base here, and well, actually that one we destroyed, and he set up this base here. Yeah, we're not wasting any time. We're just gonna rape him immediately. Actually, Leatherman, sorry, is the pink guy, so he's got a base here, maybe one over here. I know he has one here. So he is the main fighter in this game, but now out of nowhere, you have the orange guy who finally comes up with an air force. Fortunately for him, as a counter to that, SWT has been making Vikings the whole time, which is not going to end up good for him. Now at this point, we got a bunch of Corruptors, and we got a bunch of Broadlords, which are amazing against ground units. They really are that good. I got my fleet of Stalkers, and I'm constantly making more Stalkers. The thing with Stalkers is they're good early game units, and they can also do a lot of damage late game. The only difference is once you start hitting the later parts of the game, you really want to upgrade them, which is what I've been doing, or else they will become obsolete, and even at that point you might want to do a bit more upgrades. So right here you see we got a mass engagement going on, and it is literally, guys, this is GG what you're looking at. We're just destroying these guys, and stuff's just going really well. There you go, one guy's left, and it's just a matter of time before everyone else leaves, because we are all in a Skype call right now, so we're pretty coordinated on what we're doing. They probably are too, to an extent, in a Skype call, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's just stompage. You got Circling here going in on there, you got me attacking here, and you got everyone just doing their own shenanigans. You got Subshade here making up a giant force. Right here I pull back just to get a few reinforcements going, and then I will go back and attack with SWT. Now the one guy, the last guy to give up is the pink guy right here. Don't know, but for apparently the pink guy is the one that lasts the longest. Right here you have Subshade attacking now. He's not going to be able to hold this attack on his own. That's why I link in my Stalkers, and we do just quite a massacre right here. He's completely surrounded. There's nowhere or nothing he can do. You got SWT who dropped in his Vikings into good old machine gun fashion. And he's doing some carnage. I'm doing some carnage here. We are doing this, and this guy's over. The game's over. And really hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I will see you guys all next